I know you love Venom back, so.
We talked about that at length.
I like this Venom. I don't know what that movie was.
I got that adrenaline, not knowing when I'm never gonna slow up and I'm ready to snap any momentum.
Any celebrities that I've ever contacted you guys directly that just blew your mind and they're just like, man, I love your guys' work.
Yeah, I think the first and biggest one for me was Chloe Bennett from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., who just happened to put on Twitter, like, you know, she shared her video, and it happened to be a very embarrassing video on my part.
You were holding her pillow.
I was holding her pillow like this, like, no! Anyway, so she just put out a tweet saying, like, I just watched this on set, waiting for a camera setup, so funny, you know, and her being like, that's quite a reach from Marietta, Ohio to that set, you know?
Yeah.
And just thinking like, oh shit, there's so much stuff I would never have done if I'd known those eyes are on, you know? But at the end of the day, it's like, well, that's good though, because that was an honest and me having fun thing that, you know, that person got to see.
That she had a reaction to it.
Yeah, and then from then, you know, it's been...
Well, Shane has a favorite one, I think, right? Silver?
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Luke Arnold.
Luke Arnold from Pirates.
Got it. I saw that tweet actually. Yeah.
Yeah, he's several times he's commented on our stuff. And that's really cool because he's like one of my favorite character now. Like, and
have you guys ever tried to reach out to him for like? Did you guys finish Black Sails already?
We have a few more
a couple weeks left.
You ever try to reach out to him for the season finale or something like that?
We
honestly, thought about it.
We had a conversation. We were like, guys, if we're gonna go all out for this final outro or intro, like we gotta see if we can just have him in. It would be cool.
You'd be surprised. Yeah.
I know, but you know that is the thing about living here is that, you know, there's no special guests on our podcast every week. There's no, you know, interactivity when it comes to the industry. It's just us. So that is definitely
negative.
It's a negative downside. You know, if you want to get here, you got to fly to Columbus and drive down here. You know,
this was a trip. This was definitely a trip. But if I can do it, I'm sure somehow.
Sure, yeah. And you know, one day something might pursue more. But Luke Arnold was a really, really cool dude.
Yeah,
cool. He's just a cool dude.
Very cool. Actually, rewind a little bit. Another great one is when Nick Gillard commented on one of our lightsaber fights.
Okay, so we did our lightsaber fight Ferocity. And Nick Gillard was the stunt coordinator of the prequel trilogy. He's the guy that came up with all of the
and
lightsaber
5 and 6,
fights.
Right? Where he in 5 and 6.
He was a stunt man.
Okay.
In episodes 5 and 6, and in episode 6, he's the first guy to go down the Starlight Pit. I know, but they hired him to develop all the saber choreography, which was just a big part of, especially me, Shane, and later Aaron's lives. Yeah. That it was so cool that he got to actually comment on the video, and it was his official YouTube channel.
He was like, all he said was like, why the hell didn't they get me to judge these things?
Yeah. But that one was really cool, really validating.
Yeah,
awesome.
like holy smokes.
Awesome.
Just because it's such a personal thing.
And that's the one, like lightsaber fighting, and like later on, hopefully, the short films or films we produce. That's the stuff like I really want the respect of our peers. You know what I mean? I want to affect people. But I also want people who do that to like it, like our peers. You know what I mean? So, like when he saw that, it was like Eric said, it was validating and everything. But the guy who created all that stuff that we based our choreography off of, it. So.
Awesome.
Here's the kitchen that we're doing cooking with Blind Wave now.
Awesome idea.
Just kind of the kitchen that we use, you know.
Awesome idea.
This is the one that we use for filming. It's a fun thing to kind of break up the monotony of reactions sometimes, you know. You know, I don't think I talk to you. Usually I say that, people are like, oh yeah, you're watching TV shows. Like, you don't get it, man. I just don't get it.
You don't understand.
Yeah, this is the blue room set.
So for this room is a 2-person setup, so that while 2 people can film one thing here, 3 people or 2 people can film something else out on the other set, so we can double up our time so that our schedule can move.
So you guys are literally filming at the same damn time, different things.
Only so many hours in the day, man.
So we had like Calvin and Eric doing Firefly in here, while me, Rick, and Shane were doing Attack on Titan out there.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay.
With this one, we also have the lighting set up, but we actually point it at the wall, and it kind of comes in.
We used to all sit at this, all 5 of us.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Wow, now I understand. How do you guys decide who watches what?
The first thing is interest. Like, do you want to be in it? Because no one wants to watch you watch something if you're not really into it, you know?
Yeah.
Second thing is really scheduling. Sometimes there's something I want to do, but I got like 6 shows I'm doing, whereas these 3 might have 4 things. It's like, all right, well, let's find a show that these 3 can do, while like me and Aaron do some more stuff. So.
When it first started, it was just like, hey, what do you guys want to watch?
Yeah.
Like we did Young Justice, but they're bringing back a new season of Young Justice. It's like, do we pick it up live? Do we wait on that? Like, when do we put that into our schedule?
Same thing with me. Yep.
But the cool thing about like the 2 setups and having 5 people, it's not about just like 1 or 2 people. It's the whole ensemble of Blind Wave.
Yeah.
So, so that's the Blue Room.
How many of you guys are married? Raise your hands, please. Thank you. How many are dating? Yeah.
Yep,
Right,
dating.
so all of you guys are attached right
Yeah.
now, in some form or fashion. Have you ever gotten proposals from your fans or online?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yep.
Yeah, quite a
Men,
few.
women.
Men, women.
Yeah.
I would probably say mostly men.
I don't even get those.
Aaron, I talk about this because I get wieners all the
I know, I
time.
get fucking dick pics there. I don't get dick pics. I don't get dick pics.
No, I
That's something you're looking for now.
No, I was just, it was one thing they was talking about stuff one time.
They
And
can at
like,
least ask.
I got a dick pic one time, and then I looked at it, and immediately the guy went, "Oh, sorry, wrong person."
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Fuck, that wasn't you for me."
That was for me.
It was an accident. So like, no, I haven't gotten any of it. So
But yeah, it happens.
now I'm gonna get dick pics.
But it's one of those things for me, it's like if I'm trying to build myself up online, I don't want to, I don't want to get into that kind of stuff.
Is it hard being a celebrity in some?
Not here, because
Okay.
no one gives a
one.
shit
Nope.
in Marietta, Ohio.
My friends just make fun of me.
Yeah.
You can pay the bill, right? I'm like, come on, guys.
But it was really cool. Like the first big convention we went to since starting Blind Wave was Star Wars Celebration in Orlando, which I was so excited to go there because I've always wanted to go to a Star Wars Celebration, and when I got there, it was just so overwhelming that people were like, "Oh my gosh, you're a highlight of my trip."
Yeah.
I'm like, no, this trip is a highlight for me. It's just really weird.
They were
but,
highlights for our trip.
It got to the point where like every 10, 15 minutes, someone coming up and they're like, they give you that look. They're like,
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, well,
and they're like,
YouTube, right? Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that all
I
the
know
time.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or there's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what happened to you? Yeah, I don't know. I got older, man.
Yeah, I get that too. Yeah.
One time, me and Eric. Well, I saw someone kind of look at us, and it gave me an idea. I said, "Let's play the how long we can walk around without anyone recognize this game." And that same girl was like,
you turned around, there was a girl right there staring at you.
I was like, damn it, you won.
like that to him. That was cool.
But that's a cool experience. But that's the only time I ever at all feel like famous.
Okay.
Even like when we meet like the diehard fans from Discord, they feel like more like friends than they do like a fan.
Right.
Yeah.
Wave
We treat them too
right,
good,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Gotta ignore them a little
the
bit.
crazy one for me at WaveCon was like there was like 100 people there, and these fuckers were an hour late.
Yep, we were like,
Hey, I was a day late.
I always want to be late. I always want to walk in last.
So it was just me with all these people, and they all know who I am.
You don't know. The thing that's so weird is you go up to all these people that you don't know, and you go, "Hi, I'm Aaron." You're like, "I know."
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I don't know how to introduce myself. Tell me your name.
I don't know how to get your name.
But
They'll
like-
be like, "Oh, this person." Remember we talked the other day? I'm like, "Oh yeah, Snapchat."
Yeah.
You don't want, it's like I gotta like. There's so many of them. You know what I mean?
But by the end of the week, they were just my friends.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
but when
It
you
was great.
first meet them, it's a weird experience because you don't know anything about them, but they can tell me all my likes, my dislikes, the things. They were with me when my mom passed away.
They know
you
my kid's name.
They donated to a charity in her name.
They
Like,
donated
they
for
know.
Christmas presents for our kids.
They
Yeah.
they gave us
Yeah.
Christmas
They even,
presents.
they even like bring out like in jokes that
Yeah.
we have.
Yeah.
You know, just joking
Like
around.
someone have it,
Like,
like, they'll be like, "Well, that's Aaron." I'm like,
It's like
fuck
this-
you know, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, if these walls could talk, it's like the wall comes alive and talks and says, hey,
Right.
you've been here this entire time,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some of the coolest stuff.
Yeah.
Like talking to someone for so long, especially if they're from a different country, and then like you see them and you might have this relationship with them that you talk on Discord.
Yeah.
And it's just really crazy thing.
Yeah.
you
It's
know?
crazy, like,
Special.
we had a
Special
fan who
situation.
lived in England who couldn't come to WaveCon, so she just came here and hung out for a week.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just It's crazy.
Yeah.
We got our mannequins here.
I remember.
In case when you got to rush out real quick, Akasan, you can put it on real quick.
Oh, I have mine in my suitcase.
Good. All right.
Yeah.
A fan sent
Phantom, right? I remember for your guys skit that you wanted to do. Yeah.
This,
Where's my super suit?
And then our buddy Crusader made us the custom arrowhead.
Oh
So,
my God,
I'll
that's
put-
so
Check
awesome.
out that's a shot.
We got our office.
Yeah, this is just the office. Where we do our uploads and our planning and everything like that. So
20 plus videos you're putting out a week. You gotta schedule it.
You gotta, yeah.
You're gonna do.
When did you guys decide that it was time to get organized like this?
And it basically came out of necessity. As a business grows, you have to treat it more like a
Right.
business. you know?
Because I remember when Rick, when you jumped on, from what I've heard, that's when things really started to get streamlined, at least for the website, right?
Yeah.
it had been something that was in the works, but then when he joined in, we're like, we need to get this done. Let's get our website like actually rolling. Rick can do that, and he helped with a lot of behind the scenes stuff before he actually started like joining in on reactions. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Like, I
was
don't know
here
if I
for-
want to leave my high-paying college job until it's an actual business.
If you guys were not doing Blind Wave, what do you think you would be doing now? And in the future, even in the future indeed. But if you weren't doing Blind Wave right now, what do you guys think you'd be? I know we have an idea of what Rick would still be working on here.
I'd be probably a laborer for the city,
Okay.
or loading trucks in Transylvania.
I would either be still in retail, because I worked at GameStop and Radio Shack for like 6 years of just doing retail work, or I would be working with my family. They do a lot of pipeline work, doing X-ray on pipelines for making sure the welds and stuff are right. So
Okay.
my family's been in that since my grandpa was doing it. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
I would most likely be working a couple part-time jobs and in school, or recently into criminal justice.
Mm.
I was actually in school when I met these guys, going to Washington State Community College, which is where my sister met him and I met him also.
Well, that's where I met him and Aaron.
Yeah,
Washington State
we kind of all
Community-
met at Washington State Community College.
Yeah, good times actually. Man. Good times.
How about you, Eric? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I worked pizza a long time, but I think I naturally would have found myself behind a camera.
It's possible that we could have still been doing like
Like,
weddings and
yeah,
commercials.
Wrestling shows.
Working with Troy. and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We filmed like 2 wrestling shows that were local around.
We
here.
did some wrestling
Yeah.
shows we did when the governor came and did a speech.
Yeah.
We did that. We probably would have gotten to more like, maybe me and Aaron, I don't know, going to more contract work when it comes to like ESPN and stuff that you can travel around and be a crew member of. I might have fallen into that, but I don't know.
I don't want to think about it.
Okay.
I would like to think that I would have fallen into something that
Something.
requires creativity and being able to build, with both your hands and your head,
Awesome.
And then we have our closet from shirts and stuff that has been sent to us.
Oh my God! Look at that.
So, yep. Got all the hats. We got all the different shows that we do. Even shows that we don't do are in here.
True.
People have sent us stuff. Like, we don't. I've never done Mr. Robot. We got a couple Mr. Robot shirts.
Not enough pants though.
Where you're going, you don't need pants.
Getting more pants.
Yeah.
And I shit myself in Attack on Satan from excitement.
Who's the youngest of the group?
Calvin.
Calvin.
And he gets made fun of every day.
I was kind of thinking about that. So would you consider yourself the runt or just the baby of the group?
Both.
Just a baby.
Just the baby, just the baby. How old are you?
I'm 26.
26. Okay, so you guys are actually
We're
more
all
into little. Who's the oldest?
I am 31.
31. I not to get that. Like, I'm 38. So it's like.
Yeah.
31. Yeah, 31.
His
Come
cultural
on now.
age is like 4.
Yeah.
I mean, pop culture. Yeah. I
Okay.
had never seen television shows or anything.
Yeah.
Shane always accuses me of watching VeggieTales, but I didn't even have that.
Wasn't appropriate.
What's the one thing you guys wish you could be doing, but you just don't have enough time for right now, or what you would like to do in the future for the channel?
For me, 100%, it's more scripted material. At one point, at multiple points in the last couple of years, I've had 2 or 3 little series in my head, you know, where I'm playing it out and being like, oh, okay, we could do this, and then in the next episode we could do that, and okay, that's going to require some hardcore visual effects. That's going to require an orchestrated music track. It's, you know, it's going to be like, here's some time and money I don't have. When can I do that? I think that as Blind Wave, we can get there, but if I could have anything right now, it would be to be able to do that right now.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like, you know, leave Blind Wave and go be a director, you know, honestly, because I love working with my friends.
Right.
It would be a better version of what we're doing right now,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, I 100% agree. More scripted stuff. Like, me and Eric have personally worked on like a comedy series over the past few years. And I remember when they were filming and I was helping film weddings, I was working on it on the side.
Yeah.
And right now I'm working with a professional screenwriter that hopefully we can work with in the future to develop my idea. And I've been working on it after hours and weekends for a while. So I think about it constantly. So that's
It'll be
something
awesome.
it's just like the time. Like, we do this for 40, 50 hours a week. So it'd basically be something that, with some of these shows are off air, or we'd have to come in on a weekend or nights and do that. One of my favorite rooms.
The bedroom. Oh, never mind. Whoa, wait a
Workout
second.
room, man.
So when you're sitting all day, Akasan, you know, you gotta.
Oh yeah. And a sauna. Look at
You
that.
can use that if you want while you're here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the.
This is cool. So who works out here the most?
They probably use the most for sauna.
I've used it for a few weeks, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I never went back. But usually me and Aaron, but we all try to do it.
Me and my wife have been in here every Wednesday right now.
No, that's good.
Love what we do.
I just schedule it during rendering. That's how you do it like that. Okay, Premiere, go.
All right.
Go upstairs.
Yeah, that's the second floor. So we're gonna go up to the third floor.
There's more. I was gonna say, do you guys take vacations at all?
Yeah. You know.
Calvin does every day.
I had a vacation a year and a half ago for my family vacation. I was gone for a week.
Yeah.
And I think besides that, like WaveCon,
Yeah. I mean,
like maybe a day here
it,
and there.
it
but-
depends. When a live show is going on, obviously you don't want to miss it. But whenever it's the off season, most of our material, our reactions, are catch-up series. So every once in a while, it's like, hey, because I have a girlfriend that lives in LA,
Yeah.
and it's like, I'm going to be gone for a week. So 1 week we'll do the work of 2 weeks, or over 3 weeks we'll do four weeks worth of work. You know.
Got it.
So we do have a little bit of leeway where it's like, hey guys, you might stay an extra 2 hours the next 2 days, catch some stuff up, and then YouTube material does not stop. It doesn't pause. You know, we're always have something come out. We have 2 or 3 videos out every single day, and that's, you know, that includes the weekends, that includes holidays. I personally, I'm the one that puts them all up, you know, and gets them ready and does the data and all that stuff. And you know, sometimes, you know, when I will go on vacation, I take my laptop and I do it every morning. You know.
Got it.
Still. So.
All right, Rick.
Yeah, I wish I had some more time to do some more video game and board game design development. I'm working on a couple now, but it would be nice to have more time for
I
that.
thought you also mentioned wrestling shows. Was that you or somebody else?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to have some wrestling content on the channel.
Do some reactions to
because
wrestling.
It's great, and I love it. And it's also terrible, but I still love it. And then also just doing more role-playing stuff on the channel. Because I love DCC and D&D and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I would say that too. Like when he came, he brought that all with him. It's been a great experience. I think people really like it too. But just it's time.
And like, I love having the channel to be able to introduce it to people because, you know, people don't hang out in person with friends as much, I feel like, as they used to. And like, tabletop games and board games bring people together to a physical space.
Yeah. Well, like you've gone from like couch games where you're playing video games on a couch to now it's one line.
Yeah.
People across the world playing games.
And also just, you know, texting people and social network and stuff like that. Like, you don't have those face-to-face conversations as much as you used
That's
to.
true.
And board games, tabletop games are a way to get people to do that.
All right, cool.
It's the opposite of how you used to be.
I mean, the conversation has come up a few times that if one of us won the lottery, what would we do with it?
Yeah.
Kind of the overwhelming consensus was, you know, we would put Patreon and YouTube on the back burner for a couple months and try to do like a feature film. And, you know, that's kind of been all of our
It
dreams.
sounds like it. It really does sound like it. That's what you guys really want to do.
And you know, just by the nature of doing reactions, you you kind of get that, and you know this, you get a sixth sense about how a story's going to go. You're like, okay, they wouldn't do this scene if they were going to hang a lantern on this idea, so obviously the show will end like this. And then sometimes you're right, you know?
And then they think
can-
you saw the video,
Yeah.
the episode beforehand.
So,
oh, Akasan,
yeah.
you watched this before the fake
I
reaction.
know,
Yeah.
but it's like a really cheap, really bad version of a writing class or film school. It's like, you know, how do I make my shit look like that? Okay, well, I've watched it 1,000 times. I literally do it for my job now. I watch this stuff.
You watch and you talk
You
about
know?
the story.
You talk about it, you analyze it, and then when you're writing your own thing, that you just it starts coming out of you, you know? It's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they say, like, you know, if you want to be an author, you have to read a lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, for us, if we want to direct or write screenplays, we're watching it all the time. So
Yeah, and you know, with an author, they always say get your first 10,000 words out of the way. I don't care what you write, just write 10,000 words, and then you learn how to start doing stuff. With us, it's like I know how to set up a camera, I know how to do the tripod, I know how to do all that stuff
How to
because I
body
do
shot.
it every single day. So now when we go out to do any kind of film shooting, don't even have to think about it. You know, I know what equipment I need, I know how to do it, I know what to do with it once it's on the computer. You know.
Okay. And then finally, Aaron.
I always had before we were doing Blind Wave, I always had a passion in gaming. Actually, Rick and I, before Blind Wave, we had Rattlesnake Games. We had a website where we did like top 10s and reviews and first looks and podcasts. And before that, we actually worked on like making video games and stuff. I was going to school to do game design originally, and then more recently, I guess in Blind Wave, is the Twitch streams. I was always big on trying to get our Twitch stream partnered. I tried Twitch streaming by myself a while back before Blind Wave as well, and I think getting that rolling and being able to do more Twitch streams and having that as another avenue that we can like voice our thoughts and opinions and kind of have reactions of video games and whatnot, and also doing more community streams and stuff that we had in the past would be good. And also like finishing the slap. would be
Okay.
good.
Well, we actually, Eric and I made a bet. You'll have to check out the flash reaction for that one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, slap bet.
yeah, the slap bet.
We'll run to Japan.
Oh yeah, maybe. Any influencers or YouTubers that you guys watch that you're still influenced by today, or just enjoy in general?